Motor racing is dangerous. We accept that as fans. But nothing could prepare the world for June 11th, 1955. The 24 hours of Le Mans, a grueling test of man and machine, turned into a scene of unimaginable horror. Driver Pierre Levegh, vying for the lead, had his car launched into the crowd. The carnage was horrific. Levegh died instantly, his Mercedes a mangled wreck. 82 spectators lost their lives, with nearly 180 more injured. It remains motorsport's darkest day. This wasn't just a crash, it was a wake-up call. The world demanded answers. How could a sport meant for entertainment turn so deadly? The French authorities immediately launched an investigation. The race was stopped and a pall of grief settled over the motorsport community. The 1955 Le Mans disaster wasn't just a tragedy, it was a turning point. Le Mans forced a serious look at motorsport safety, but tragedy struck again. In 1961, Formula One arrived at Monza for the Italian Grand Prix. The atmosphere was electric, but the excitement turned to horror on the second lap. Wolfgang von Trips, a German nobleman and a skilled driver, lost control of his Ferrari. The car, carrying the hopes of a nation, was flung into the barriers, debris scattering like confetti. Von Trips was killed instantly, thrown from his car. The impact also sent spectators flying through the air. 15 spectators lost their lives that day. The world of motorsport was in shock. How could this happen again? It was a stark reminder that speed and competition came at a terrible price. The 1957 Mille Miglia, a notoriously dangerous open road race in Italy, provided another grim lesson. Alfonso de Portago, a charismatic Spanish driver, crashed his Ferrari into a crowd at high speed. De Portago and his co-driver were killed, along with 9 spectators, including 5 children. The Mille Miglia, once a celebration of speed and Italian engineering, was immediately abolished. The outcry was too great, the loss too profound. These tragedies, as horrific as they were, forced change. Motorsport's governing bodies couldn't ignore the calls for safety. Tracks were redesigned, with improved barriers and runoff areas to contain crashes. Car construction came under scrutiny. Crumple zones, designed to absorb impact energy, became mandatory. Driver safety cells, strengthened to withstand incredible forces, were implemented. Fire-resistant suits and helmets became standard issue for drivers, protecting them from the inferno of burning fuel. The 1955 Le Mans disaster led to an immediate ban on open cockpit cars in many racing series. Spectator safety became paramount. Trackside areas were moved further back, barriers were reinforced, and strict crowd control measures were put in place. These changes, born out of tragedy, saved countless lives. Motorsport was still dangerous, but the risks were more calculated, the consequences less catastrophic. The lessons learned on the racetrack found their way onto our roads. Seatbelts, once an optional extra, became mandatory. Crash testing became rigorous, pushing the boundaries of safety engineering. Today, our cars are equipped with airbags, anti-lock brakes, and electronic stability control. These innovations, many borrowed from motorsport, have dramatically reduced the number of road fatalities. We mustn't forget the cost. The sacrifices made, the lives lost, should serve as a constant reminder. Safety is not a luxury, it's a necessity. As we hurtle towards a future of self-driving cars and electric powertrains, we must carry these lessons with us. The quest for safer motorsport, for safer roads, is a never-ending race. It's a race we can't afford to lose.